Welcome back to Morning Joe. Mental health advocates are now recognizing the benefits of spending time with horses or equine therapy to treat children's trauma. In Florida, a program called Horses Healing Hearts is serving kids from nearly 500 families dealing with addiction. Our chief medical correspondent, Dr. Dave Campbell, learned how programs like this can provide children with a much-needed sense of structure and stability.
Children learn healthy life skills because they're growing up in an environment where their parents are in the throes of an addiction, a sickness that they're very confused about. It's shameful. They don't want to explain to anybody what's happening. And a lot of times they don't know exactly how to verbalize it. So we are often the only safe place where they're willing to talk about it and able to.
12 years ago, one of those children in the Horses Healing Hearts program was Tiffany Van Hill, who lost her mother to opioid addiction.
I've always had a connection with horses, and one day I was at an AA meeting and someone was wearing full horseback riding gear, and I thought that was so cool, and she told me, hey, if you're a child of an alcoholic or addict, we have this program for kids, and we were there the very next day.
When Tiffany was 18, she graduated from the program and has volunteered in the 7 years since, eager to give back to the community that supported her at such a critical time.
I am a graduate. I just love the kids. I love having people that are like me around me and being able to help them through the challenges that they have in life. I mean, a child of an alcoholic, we go through very many things and not a lot of people understand them. To have someone that has that background and understanding that it's okay not to be okay, and it's okay not being able to know what your parents are doing or not being able to control them. And it's a different level of pressure taken off because they don't have to have that mask or think that everything's okay, because it's not.
Tiffany learned that being present and listening to these young people can do wonders for their emotional growth and sense of safety.
It's just being there for them, letting them talk and tell their feelings without trying to tell them how they feel. Because I feel like everyone's always trying to assume the best or the worst case scenario and not let that kid speak for themselves. So letting them really talk about what's going on in their life and say it without a filter is so big for them, because their entire life is trying to keep things behind closed doors and not tell anyone what's going on.
Palm Beach County State Attorney Dave Ehrenberg is on the forefront of the opioid crisis. He joined us to voice his support of community initiatives like this one.
If they're at risk of getting into substance abuse, this is a way of prevention. And, as state attorney, I know we can't arrest our way out of an opioid epidemic. You need high quality, ethical treatment, and you also need prevention. And this organization combines both. Equine therapy works because horses have an innate ability to tell if something is wrong with you. And even if you try to fool them, they know. And when you have young people who come out to this environment, it really affects them all in a positive way. And so if you're going to really do something about the opioid epidemic, it's got to be a holistic approach. You want something like equine therapy, because not every solution works for each person.
While Horses Healing Hearts isn't meant to be a cure-all for those dealing with physical or mental trauma, the program is a much-needed resource.
We just need more awareness of the issue. I've found that when you talk to someone about some of these issues that the children go through, when we say that our kids are sometimes behind the seat when their parents are doing drug deals and the trafficker reaches in and tries to get their parent and they're just cowering behind the seat trying to stay safe. People don't realize that happens. We need more awareness of how critical it is and how widespread it is, and then we need more people to step up.
Morning Joe Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. Dave Campbell with that report.